Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is my channel. I am Robin. My channel name is Lady Robins. If you are a first-time viewer, welcome to my channel. I'm happy to have you here with me today. And if you're a returning friend and subscriber, welcome back. I'm just as happy to see you. In case you're interested, I'm on 2 social media platforms. So besides here, you can also catch me on Instagram under the same name, Lady Robins. In case you don't know, this is my channel where I talk about my favorite craft, which is cross stitching. So I have tons to talk about. I have 2 finishes to show you, so that's exciting. And yeah, I have had a really good Stitchy couple of weeks since last we got together. I have a few stats. I hardly ever do stats, but I have resurrected the Book of Days, and so that is keeping me slightly organized, and so I'm happy to share what I discovered by dusting off and going back to a little system that I did for about 3/4 of the year in 2023 and then kind of lost my momentum. So anyway, grab a beverage, maybe grab your stitching if you want to stitch while I chat with you this morning, this afternoon, this evening, whenever it is you get around to watching this. Today is Tuesday. It is the 6th of February. So I've got my beverage. I'm going to grab it right now. I whipped up myself a little vanilla latte, and today we're in Australia with that adorable panda and the turtle. I love turtles. So anyway, I'm gonna have my beverage. You grab yours, and then let's get to talking about cross stitch, shall we? This will be fun. Okay, here we go. Gosh, that's good. Okay, I was gonna say, boy, there's a lot of foam, but it ended up being, gosh, that's good. Okay, I'm gonna set that down so I don't, drag stitching through it. I joined the Magazine Monthly Cross Stitch Challenge group on Facebook that Carolyn Zook and her friend, also named Robin, host and create all these wonderful challenges for us. And I started doing that in January, and boy, has that been fun for me. I find that sometimes I can get a little lost, and so it's like I've got too many projects to choose from. I can't figure out what to start, what to stitch. I can't settle on anything. And so having those prompts of somebody saying, hey, Robin, why don't you stitch on this today? That helped me. And I know a lot of you have a completely different take on that. You're like, nobody's going to be the boss of me, right, Anna? But sometimes I need a little bossing around. Sometimes I cannot figure out what to do next. And so I have found great joy in being told what to do. So I want to show you what I've been up to following the prompts from that group. Last video, I told you all about Bringo, which is a challenge specific to January. And I looked at my calendar. The last time I filmed was, now I looked at my calendar, now I can't remember what I said, was the 16th of January, 16th or 17th. So I went and I pulled up my Bringo worksheet so I can remember what did I stitch on those last days in January based on these prompts, because they had prompts through the first 25 days of the month, and then there were days left open at the end, so in case there were days you couldn't stitch, you could make up stitching. And so I just had such fun doing that. So I want to show you the things that I stitched on, the progress that I've made. There's lots of whips. I will talk about the acrostic, which is what they do when they're not doing Bringo. They have an acrostic every month, and then you have to figure out how to make your whips fit the acrostic. So I'm going to talk about my acrostic for February. And yeah, let's just get at it, shall we? Okay, so you guys, let's start with the things I finished. How about that? That would be fun, right? So one of the things, I just finished it up last night, that I put on my Bringo as a new start is this little guy. It's called A Circle of Friends. Look at this. Isn't that sweet? And this is a club kit from Silver Needle. It's their A Little Help with My Friends Club. I think that's what it's called. And anyway, it came with everything. It came with the fabric. It came with the floss. It's got all the finishing. There's the backing fabric. There's the trim. There's an adorable needle minder. Do you see that? Since I just stitch in hand, I usually don't use the needle minders, but I appreciate having them. This one's so super cute. And then there's this cute little tin that they filled with jelly beans, and I haven't eaten my jelly beans yet, but it's just great. It's fabulous. And then there was a little zipper pull in there. So I have signed up for this kit in the past. I think I skipped 2 years, or maybe it was just 1 year. I think it's 2 years that I skipped doing it. And I thought the reason I skipped it is the first year I signed up for it, I stitched none of the kits, which isn't to say I didn't love them, because I loved them. They were all great. Bent Creek was one of the designers, which we all know I love my Bent Creek, but I never got around to stitching them. And I thought, if I sign up for this club kit again, I want to make sure that I stitch them and complete them. And you know, the best of all worlds would be if I complete it before the next one shows up. And I did. I'm so excited that I was able to accomplish that goal. So in the vein of finishing things, I thought, well, I'm more likely to finish the project. I mean, like FFO it. I fully finished object, FFO it, if I iron it. I iron stuff. Have you ever known me to iron anything? That would be no. I'm not sure I have ever ironed anything, you guys, but I thought I am gonna iron this cute little piece. And then I still have, my days off are Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So today's Tuesday, so I still have Wednesday and Thursday to dust off my sewing machine and maybe get the cute little pillow finished. So let's show you my finish. So there it is. There is my cute little bird, my Circle of Friends finish. And you might notice that I decided to leave out that. And I did that on purpose because if something isn't completely straight, that's where my eye goes. And so things that have a real straight border on it, I find I'm not the best finisher. I'm okay. I'm getting better. I'm feeling a little more confident in my skills. However, I find that I spend so much time obsessing about stuff like that it's easier for me to leave that off. So when I finish it, you know, if it's a little wonky, because there's no straight, you know, four-sided border on it, my eye won't get caught on it and stuck there. So anyway, there is my first finish. Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really happy to have that done. And then, you know, like I said, there is the chenille. Can you get a good look at it? And there's the trim. So that's just all gonna look, you know, fabulous together. So anyway, there you have it. There is my first FFO finished object. It's not fully finished yet, it's finished object of the video. So there you have that. My second finish, I posted it on Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen this, but that's okay. No shame in my game. You know, I'm happy to have you see it wherever you see it. Is a little tiny thing, but it was full coverage, you guys, from the Prairie Schooler. It's their button up chart. And so if you can see this, there's all these cute little scenes here, and I've decided not to stitch them as a complete piece, but to pull out little scenes, and I'm just gonna make little pillows for, you know, scattering around the house in winter. And I did change the colors. This one I stitched last year. This is the one I just completed this year. And so while there are still, you know, plenty of little pillows I could make, I am just calling this a finish for now. I'm not going to keep stitching these, but I do also, as long as I'm going to break out the sewing machine for the Circle of Friends, I want to complete these two at the same time. And so I'll have three new finishes up and about in my house. So yeah, I'm just I'm feeling the need to not just finish cross stitch, but fully finish my pieces, because I've got an under the bed box that is full of fully finished things. Remember Quaker Turtle? Yeah, that's in there. Remember the Red Robin sampler? That's in there. So I really need to kind of change my evil ways and not just finish the stitching, but fully finish the pieces so that I can enjoy them in my home. So there you have it. So that's my second finish for the video. And then, like I said, you guys, this took way longer than I thought it would. This is full coverage. There's no ground fabric peeking through. This is full coverage, and it took forever. I'd sit down and think, oh, tonight I'm gonna finish that, and then I'd go to bed and I'm like, it's not finished yet. And then the next night I think, okay, I'm gonna sit down and finish that, and then it still wasn't finished. I mean, it just went on and on. Good thing I like the colors. I love the color conversion. It's from Callie Heiko. It was pointed out on Michelle McGraw's FlossTube, honestly, a couple of years ago. And I did have to scroll through Callie's Instagram feed to find the conversion, but it's up there. It's up there if you're curious. So anyway, those are my two finishes, which I'm super happy to have completed. Okay, so what were the things that I stitched on for the remainder of January with my Bringo worksheet? So let me show you those. I have a few things. I have a couple of things that I had two new starts for that challenge, and one of them I know that I was gonna show you this time because I had left it out in the living room, and it's from the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. It's their fall 2023. Yeah, fall 2023. So anyway, let's see. You guys, the magazine is right behind me. Give me half a second to pull it. There it is. Okay. So it's out of this issue of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher, and I started this. I started the Be Thankful Turkey. Turkey's not part of the name, but that's what I remember. Be Thankful Turkey. So I have a teeny tiny little start on it, and oh boy, I'm having fun on this already. I am stitching it on a 36 Edinburgh linen in the color Natural, and I am doing 1/2. And there's my start. There's my start. Now, I did not put this, I I think I put it on my my February acrostic. I hope I did, because yeah, I want to get down to that turkey. But the border's pretty cool. The border's pretty cool, and it's not so straight that when I finish it, if it's a little wonky, it'll bug me. It's really those real straight lines that, you know, drive me crazy when I'm finishing. But anyway, there is my start on Mr. Be Thankful Turkey. So, yep, I love it. I love it. It's so fun. If you've got that magazine, boy, you guys, this would be a super super fun start to get it finished by Thanksgiving. And there's my color palette. I just pulled all the DMCs, and I just love them. Aren't they pretty? Yeah. And then let me put this. I'm trying to keep myself slightly organized. And then in case I haven't showed you, this is from Becky's House of Sewing. This is one of her project bags that she gifted me, and so I wanted to say thank you, Becky. I am using it. My turkey's in here. So okay, so that was one of the things that I got up to in January. Let me get that cinched up, and we'll set that right there. Okay, the other new start I had in January was Ye Old Crow, and here is where I've gotten to. Oops, hanging thread, of course. Even the needle jabbed in there. Okay, so there is where I have gotten to on Ye Old Crow. And this, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is just Vintage Country Mocha 32 count. And I usually write it in my chart. I haven't done that yet. I'm pretty sure this is 32 count Vintage Country Mocha. So, you know, a fabulous chart from Heart and Hand. I have had this in my stash for a couple of years, and I think it's Melanie Cook Smith does a challenge every year to shop her stash. And so I was thinking, that's a great challenge. So I shopped my stash for this new start. And so this fabric was in my stash. I mean, this is DMC 310. Chart, fabric, DMC 310. I didn't have to go shopping for fabric or, fancy floss. It was all here in the craft room. So I felt pretty good about the fact that, I used what's in my house. So that was fun. Okay, the next thing that's sitting on my desk, I'm just gonna grab them as they're sitting next to me, is a Blackbird design. It is an out of print chart, and I am stitching on Without a Mouse. Isn't that sweet? Oh my gosh, I love this thing. And so here's where I have gotten on Without a Mouse. And I just think it's adorable. So I've also decided that I had a lot of success when I did the 25/7 stitching, where you pick up the same piece every day, you stitched on it for 25 minutes or 25 stitches. You decide what the 25 means to you. And I did that for a while, again, probably at the beginning of 2023, and then, I wandered off and, forgot all about it and thought, I'm going to resurrect that idea. So I thought, what better piece than a monochromatic piece, because you don't have to worry about changing colors, and, things just stitch faster when you're doing the same color over and over again. So, yeah, this kind of, Bringo kind of brought this piece, back into the forefront for me. So yeah, I'm having a blast working on that as well. Okay, so so here is an oldie but a goodie. I have been working on Huckleberry Farm by the Blue Flower forever. And I'm not kidding when I say forever. I looked it up in my Stitch journal, and I think I started it in 2020. I got my journal right here. Ugh, just wanged myself with the beads. But anyway, let me just, so I can tell you the complete stats, because I'm all over stats today. Yeah, I started it on January 1st, 2020. That's, you know, that's ridiculously long. So this is one of my goals. I would like to complete this in 2024. So here's the chart, Huckleberry Farm, and here's where I'm at. And so since I saw you last, I had to do some unstitching. So this little, is it a berry bowl? I think it's a berry bowl. This berry bowl was in the wrong place. And so I took it out and I scooted it over, and now the bear obviously is in the wrong place. So I am gonna take him out and scoot him over, because his toe was just spat in the berry. That's not sanitary. So I need to fix that. However, this is brand new stitching and it's in the right place. So I won't have to fix that. But I won't be able to live with that. I gotta slide that guy over. So I fixed one mistake. I ran the kind of the branches all the way to the bottom. So that's the end. That's the bottom of the piece. And so I still have, you know, like a third of the piece to do, and then I have pretty much the entire border on the right side to go. But it would be fantastic to get this stitched and up on my wall. This is a fabric by Stitch Me. It is called Huckleberry, so if you are looking for just a wonderful purple fabric that has just a little bit of modeling, it's got just a smidgen of gray in it, just a smidgen. You know, so it's, you know, it's not husky purple, right? It's not the University of Washington husky purple. So it's got a little, you know, just a little bit of the gray in it, which I think makes it just fantastic. So I would say on this one, you know, it would be fantastic to get this off my whip list this year. So anyway, there we go. That is where I'm at on the Blue Flowers Huckleberry Farm. And I still love it. I still love it. I just need to make it a priority. Okay, so that is that. Okay, now what do I want to head to next? I think I'll head to Harbor Haven. I actually only got one call on Bringo for Harbor Haven, so there's not as much progress as one would like, but there you have it. So Harbor Haven has 12 charts. So I am working on chart number 4. And let's show you where I'm at. So I worked up in the kind of the leaves of this tree to try to finish that off. And I can show you the whole bit where I've gotten to. So that's 1, 2, and 3 completed, and I'm working on 4. And this is a 32 count. I'm using all of the called for DMC with the exception of the water. I'm using 2 over dyed because I thought the water was too flat when I pulled the colors, so I went for 2 overdyed, and that was not my idea. Somebody, when this was a Sal, there was a gal, and I wish I had written down her name and who she was. She substituted 2 overdyed for her water, and it looked fantastic, and I'm like, that's what my water is going to look like. And so it's what is it? It's Twilight. What's the other one? Did I write it down? Twilight and Bejeweled. Those were my 2 overdyed cottons that I substituted for the water. So not tons of progress, but it's only the 6th of February. I'm not shooting for a finish on this one this year, but what I would like to do is complete halfway, get it halfway stitched, so complete through chart number 6. That's my goal for Harbor Haven this year. So we'll see if I can do it. Okay, so there's that. What else did I stitch on? Okay, this. Oh yeah, yep. So I've been talking about it forever. The Bee Birth sampler. And if you can see, I spent a lot of time on this the last couple of weeks of January. So all of the boxes are done. And I filled in, I think since last we got together, these 3. 1, 2, 3. So those are finished. I still have to do this one. I have to sit down and chart out my grandniece's, birth information, her first and middle name, birthday, and weight, and then finish the ABC border all the way around. So while I don't know if I will get it finished in February, it is definitely a push for me. I would like to get this done, sooner as opposed to later. I had a lot of fun stitching on it, and let me tell you, when I got that final pink little box down there in the corner stitched, I'm like, woohoo, I'm done with boxes. So that was fun to get that done. So, and as you can see, I ironed, since I had the iron out, a lot of these have been just crammed into project bags. So it was actually fun to neaten them up a little bit. Not that I'm gonna iron for you guys every week. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it was fun to do it once. Okay, so there's the Bee Birth sampler. And then the last thing I stitched on, nope, is that right? Is that the last thing? Oh no, 2 more things. I also stitched on my Winter Woods Sal by Satsuma Street. And let's see here if I've got a cover photo for you. Well, here's the cover photo of part 1. I have actually printed all the way to part 4, but since I'm not stitching that far down yet, don't have to worry about it. So I have, there we are. I've been working on boxes. So I am getting some good progress on boxes in this pattern, and then I'll get to stitch all those really fun little motifs. What's interesting to me, you guys, is, I don't know if you can see it here on this chart, but these are half stitches. That white is half stitches. That is gonna look fantastic. I'm really looking forward to doing that. And yeah, I can like I said, I gotta finish the boxes. then I can put in some half stitches, which, like I said, will be fun. This fabric is Ocean Blue by Fiber on a Whim, and it is a 28 count. So I'm stitching it 2/2, and it's a combination of the called for Cosmo floss. If I could find it, I bought the Cosmo, and if I couldn't, I just used the DMC substitution that she put on the chart. So there's my Winter Woods Sal, where I'm at on that, and that is on my February acrostic, so that will get some more stitching in February. And then last but not least, the last thing I stitched on, cardinal points. Now, this is a 4-year project. Cardinal points. This was started for the Long Dog Leap Day Sal that Erin to Martini Stitcher started last Leap Day. And we're supposed to have it finished in 4 years. Well, I'm going to be like 4 years and 6 months. Because I'm just behind. That's just all there is to it. But what I've got, I'm pretty happy with. So this is where I am at on my cardinal points. So I've got 3 out of the 4 cardinals stitched, but I still have a long way to go. So, you know, obviously I've got it, this amazing leaf border has got to go down. You know, on the chart, I'm right in here, so I still have pretty much that entire band to do. You know, that tree and cardinal, and then those butterflies up in the corner. I've only done 1, and then of course, you know, the black border. So I'm not close to a finish on this one either, but it is a goal of mine to finish it this year. So the year of Leap Day, right? I'm not tied to a date. I'm just tied to a year. Anyway, this makes me exceedingly happy. I love all of the colors in this. It's just so well designed. The color choices, they're just yummy and scrumptious, and I can hardly wait to have it finished and up on my wall. So to that end, this thing is just going to come out over and over and over and over and over again until I finish it this year. It is absolutely on my list of things I wanted to finish. I've got some big projects that have been hanging around forever and a day that I just need to get done. So that, folks, that, my friends, is the sum total of what I have stitched since last FlossTube. So I hope you enjoyed, you know, almost a whip parade because there were a lot of pieces that I touched. And speaking of things that I'm touching, before I move forward, I need to thank a couple of people for some Stitchy kindness. And I gotta wiggle my camera, I'm sorry. I put the tripod right on the Stitchy kindness, which wasn't nice. So I received this card so long ago. Kim, the Southern Louisiana Stitcher, thank you, and my apologies. When I finally dug this room out from what had happened, you know, from Thanksgiving to February, I found your card, which is adorable, and I so appreciate it. And she sent me these adorable floss drops. Aren't they the sweetest? I love them. I love them. So, Kim, I just want you to know that your thoughtfulness is so appreciated, and my lack of gratitude towards, you know, your wonderful gift is inexcusable. And so please accept my apologies and accept my thanks, because this was super, super nice of you. And I am thinking I need to put those in my 12 Days of Christmas stitch where I'm working on all the stockings, because that would be super fun. Okay, another thank you. Michelle reached out to me and said, hey, I want to send you some charts. They're right up your alley. And she's right. And they came in my email, and then I had overlooked them, and she had to poke me and say, did you get an email? Like, I don't know, let me go look. And I did. She sent me gnomes, and she didn't just send me any gnomes. She sent me gnomes that are so specific and so me, which means I know you're watching. You're paying attention to the nonsense I'm spurting out here. So she sent me, they don't really have cover photos. I'm going to flash them really quick. But she sent me 2 football themed gnomes, and they kill me. They're so great. She sent me the University of Washington Husky football gnome. I love it. And you know what else is coming? The Seattle Seahawks football gnome. I love them. I showed them to my husband, and he is tickled pink. He's like, those are so you. And I'm like, you're right, they are so me. So I have thoughts and plans. When I say that in my house, my boys go, oh God. Thoughts and plans, no. But I'm thinking these would make adorable stand-ups. So I need to get these things kitted up. I need to watch Helen D's tutorial on doing stand-ups, even though they're not stitched. But I kind of feel like I should watch it so I know like how big of a margin to leave, and you know, all those things. But Michelle, thank you. I adore them. I adore them, and I'm gonna so adore them when they're stitched and up in my house, because they just crack me up, and they tickle my funny bone in the right way. They are just smack on. They just couldn't be better. So with that said, let me just quickly tell you a little bit about plans. I have no haul. I haven't bought a thing. Seriously, guys, I have not bought a thing. And it's not that I'm, not buying things this year. There just wasn't anything I needed. I had all the stitching that I needed. I had all the supplies. I shopped my stash when I wanted to start something. And so I felt very accomplished, and kind of, in control of my space. So, let's see here. What I wanted to do, was just consult my book of days for you. And so in January, I had 3 new starts. So I started Ye Old Crow, I started the little button up, the little ice skater, and then I started the Be Thankful Turkey. So I had 3 new starts, but in February, I did finish, in the nick of time. On January 31st, I finished up the little skater. So I started with 15 whips, which means in February, because I added 2, I started with 17 whips. However, I'm going to cross off button up as a finish for now, because I will want to stitch more of them, but not now. And so I'll, add one maybe later in the year, and then I can cross off Circle of Friends, because right there, I finished the Circle of Friends on the 5th of February. I have decided I am not going to spend any time whatsoever stickering my book. I know people love to do that, and it gives them great joy, and I get it. However, I found that if I was going to do the stickering, I wanted it to be kind of a theme for the whole month, is kind of what happened. And then I didn't have enough stickers to match whatever theme I came up with. And then I got really hung up with the fact that I didn't have the stickers, and because I didn't have the stickers, I didn't write in my book. And so the stickers became a barrier for me. And so I thought, I'm going to remove what became a barrier, which was stickers. And so I'm going all natural, folks. I am going no sticker. No sticker for me. So, you know, for what? 38 days, no sticker is working for me. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so for Magazine Monthly Challenge, the February acrostic, which I have filled out, our word is snowshoe. So, so for the S in snowshoe, well, for both S's in snowshoe, I am doing the birth sampler, S for sampler. For the N, I'm doing the silver needle, circle of friends, and I've completed that. So that's cool. For the O in snow, I'm going to break out Hyperborea because that has that beautiful huge owl right in the middle. So I'm going to dust off Hyperborea this month, which I'm looking forward to. W in snow, I'm going to use Winterwood Sal. Why wouldn't I, right? H in shoe, Huckleberry Farm. So I don't know if there's going to be stitching or just unstitching. Hopefully there's going to be a little of both. But H, Huckleberry Farm. The second O down here in snowshoe, I am going to do O. The O is going to be, there's orange in that turkey's tail feathers. So I am using O, orange. And then the very last one, E, in the snowshoe, E, every color of the rainbow is in cardinal points. So E stands for every. And then our theme up here is in the meadow. And I'm thinking, well, winter woods, that could be a meadow. So I'm going to use winter woods for the theme. So those are the pieces that I'm going to stitch on to fill in my monthly cross stitch challenge. So I'm looking forward to those. I'm really looking forward to breaking out Hyperborea. I haven't seen that in months and months, so it'll be fun to dust that guy off. Okay, so I think we talked about all the cross stitch. Like I said, my little stats are very little. I started January with 15 whips. I ended with 17, but in February, 2 are already crossed off. So that feels good. And yeah, we'll just go from there. Couple of book recommendations for you, and then I'm gonna get out of here and let you go. I finally finished What You Are Looking For Is in the Library. You guys, this is a sweet book. It is translated. It was written in Japan, so it was translated from Japanese. I might have talked about this in my last FlossTube, but I'm gonna say it's very, I don't know if it'll make sense. It's very Japanese in philosophy. So if things aren't working in your life in the United States, we go scorched earth, right? It's like, get a new job, move to a new city, get a new car, get a pet. You know, we do scorched earth when we need a change. And this book is not that philosophy. It is, okay, so things aren't working. Can you reframe the way you're looking at how whatever it is that isn't working is in your life? And can you make a change around whatever that thing is and make a different connection to it, and therefore not get rid of it, but still have it in your life, but in a different context. I don't know how else to say it without, and I might have just said too much. I don't know. But you guys, this is worth reading. I love this book. I really love this book. I love it. It was very thoughtful. It was thought-provoking. It was calming. You know, sometimes you need a little calm. Okay, so the other thing, once I was done with that, I started reading this. It's a book called Cross Stitch, and it's a novel. And it's also another translation. And this is, I can't remember off the top of my head. It's not Japanese. I can't remember what language it's translated from. I was hoping I could find it really quick looking. Oh, I'm translated from Spanish. Okay, so it's kind of a friend journey, kind of a relationship between three friends. The story is kind of told from three viewpoints, you know, past, present, and kind of how stitching kind of stitches them together. I'm only about halfway through. I am enjoying it. It's a very leisurely literary book. So if your library has it, I would say go check it out. I'm enjoying it. So that's it for me. I have rambled way longer than I thought. I'm actually shocked. I'm looking at the timer. 46 minutes. Holy cow, you guys. I had a lot to talk about. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you stuck through to the end. Yeah, we're having a good day here. I'm hoping you're having a good day. So pick up your stitching. Go stitch happy, my friends. And I will catch you next time, whenever that is. Okay, bye guys.